What's up, folks? Welcome to another entertainment edition with RosAngel Perez and myself on Nino's Corner.tv. So, folks, it looks like people are celebrating. New Yorkers are celebrating for CEO United Health. The United Health, what was his name again? The guy that got, I know the guy is Luigi Mangione, correct? Is Luigi Mangione. Am I saying that right, RosAngel? Luigi
I think
Mangione.
so. I mean, yeah, that he's just recently been charged in the last couple of hours, but the man that he killed was CEO of United Healthcare, Brian Thompson.
All right, but
And yeah, and it's really it's really weird the way people have been responding to his reaction. So we're gonna definitely get
it's like
into it
people are
today.
celebrating this.
You,
People
you
are
know,
like, this is insane. And then you have women fawning and fawning from the mouth and frothing from the mouth to they like this Luigi guy, the pretty boy assassin. This is crazy. This takes me back to the day of Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker in the 80s, where women actually loved this guy. And he was a serial killer. Okay. He killed women, everything, old people, elderly, everything. And women actually fell head over heels for this guy in love. So much so, I think he got married in prison. I mean, this is crazy. So this guy, the pretty boy assassin, and in cold blood, and is now like a national hero, right? That's what's happening.
well, that's for some people. They're looking at him like, when they start digging into the CEO's story, like this is kind of, when you see a movie, this feels like a movie is playing out in front of our eyes and the audience in real time is participating in it because some of the details are so so perfect and almost perfectly cheesy in a sense. So when let me take you back a little bit, right? When this news it breaks out in New York City that that this man was killed, it was the morning of the day in New York City when they were going to light the Christmas tree in Rockefeller Center. And so there were
Really?
a lot of tourists expected to be, or they not expected, they were already in New York City the morning of. So pin that, mi gente, as you contemplate all of the things that seem to happen when we're celebrating something that has to do with Jesus or Christ, just like January, which
Right.
is, we all go up until January, Puerto Ricans and some Latin American people and folks around the world. And that's the day that we truly celebrate Jesus and the three kings bringing him the three gifts.
Wow. So they pull our attention away with this stuff, which I totally agree. I totally agree on that. And I wanted to call him the electric bike killer, not the pretty boy assassin, but I was like, man, he sped away on an electric bike. So I'm not laughing at the situation, folks. This is just getting more and more ridiculous. It's like people are taking the law into their own hands. This is like the Wild West right now. America has become once again the Wild West. But guess what? We have a front row seat on all of it. We get to see it all because cameras are everywhere. You don't get away with anything you do. You better expect if you're going to commit the crime, you're going to do the time. And with that being said, folks, get your noble gold. Are you new to investing and have savings you need to protect? Well, right now with the Middle East war, the Ukrainian war, and soon to be Taiwan war, you need a playbook that's safe. Allocate some gold now and avoid the frenzies, panic, and of the unprepared. When fear reigns, gold protects the wise. Noble Gold Investments offers a 5-ounce America the Beautiful coin with a new IRA this month. Shield your savings with Noble Gold Investments IRA. Get down there, folks. The link's down below. It's noblegoldinvestments.com, noblegoldinvestments.com, and get started. All right, let's get into this because this is just hitting the internet like fire. This is so insane. Um, I often think to myself when I saw it, I was like, "It's only a matter of time before that guy got caught." What was it? 3 days, and they finally caught him.
I think it was 5 days. And so the initial things
Five
that we were
days. All right.
seeing was his little eyes like this. And that was enough to stir women into being like, "Ay Dios mío, he's so cute." And then apparently before he committed, there's they think it's him, that he was in a Starbucks supposedly, flirting with a girl. And I think that's why he looked like with his a mask, without a mask. And then when they find him, it's in Pennsylvania, in a McDonald's. You can't make this up.
So he's flirting with a girl just moments before he murdered the CEO.
Allegedly.
Wow.
You know,
So
the
he
story
was
is
just like
just
another day for
really
him.
weird.
Wow. All right. Here's Piers Morgan.
So should they all be killed then? Should they all be killed, these healthcare executives? Would that make you even more joyful?
No, that would not.
But why not?
And,
why are you laughing?
I because it wouldn't fix the
You seem to
system.
find the whole thing hilarious.
I find your question
A
funny.
bloke's been murdered in the street. I don't find it funny at all. The planned killing of a civilian by a ruthless assassin would usually provoke outrage from everybody, no matter their politics. But that's not what happened with this hooded man, which is the biggest health insurer in the United States. The assassin left behind 3.
I mean, I've been seeing a lot of videos on X, people venting about the healthcare system, and they're like celebrating this. I'm not even kidding. A lot of people have been like, I'm not going to say this is a laughing matter, but a lot of people feel like this was a righteous murder.
It just sends weird signals to the masses. You know, when we were talking about when he committed, which was what was New York City getting ready to celebrate our traditional lighting of the New York Rockefeller Christmas tree. It's not.
Do you think that was coincidence, RosAngel, or do you think that was orchestrated hit, like it meant to be on that day? I mean, I think that was coincidence.
Okay,
Don't you?
I don't know. I'm going to tell you my first impressions is that something here feels staged, and it feels like multiple people benefit. Now, is it good or bad? I don't know. Obviously, we don't know. But when I look in the social media landscape of all of these other reporters and influencers and commentators, a lot of them who have been examining the story feel very suspicious about how this perfectly just rolls out almost like a Hollywood movie. Now, if you wanted to do a wag the dog situation and get the people involved, and you wanted them to know something so that they can feel emotionally invested in this story. I mean, it's kind of weird that, you know, for us in New York City, for example, we're still fighting New York City Mayor Adams. Like, he refuses to hire city workers that were fired for saying no to the jab. And so here's what's weird. There's thousands and thousands and thousands of New Yorkers for years already trying to just get this one message to go mainstream. And it's not. But this goes mainstream. And all of a sudden, you're having this reaction from people that we didn't see all through 2020 and on with this.
Yeah, right.
So it just feels really weird to me. And then, okay, here's what keeps coming to me. And since you have such a beautiful tapped in audience, I would like to know what they think.
Yeah, I would too. I mean, I don't think the answer to anything is shooting somebody in cold blood. Obviously not.
I agree. And then
I tell you what,
this
guy's going to be a hit in prison.
Oh my God! Well, look, to me, it feels like it's vulture season. Yeah. And that's the word that kept coming to me in my meditation, like vulture season. And what do vultures do? And so keep that in mind
as off the carcasses of the dead. They pick and
and they're waiting for the moment. So as we start exploring the rest of this conversation today, and even with what's happening in the celebrity world, there are people who have been waiting for the takedown of certain people, and we also have to ask ourselves, what are their motivations? Are their motivations just, or is it just revenge? I think that for everyone it will be a different recipe.
We begin with that breaking news out of Pennsylvania. After a 6-day manhunt, a man is in custody in connection to United Healthcare CEO.
With more on who that person is and how a trip to McDonald's led to his arrest, we're joined now by Eyewitness News reporter Rob Hayes. Rob?
Yeah, Jory, investigators are calling Luigi Mangione a strong person of interest in the shooting. And we are getting a new peek at what he looks like. This photo, fresh into the newsroom moments ago, showing Mangione in the...
Damn, I thought my eyebrows were big. I thought I had some thick eyebrows. Damn, boy.
Altoona, Pennsylvania police station. It was taken shortly after he was arrested today. Investigators believe he acted alone in gunning down that healthcare executive. Mangione was arrested at a McDonald's restaurant in Pennsylvania when a Greyhound bus he was riding in stopped for a break. for the
Wow. So the Greyhound bus, they always stop at McDonald's. I've taken the Greyhound bus quite a few times. I gotta tell you, it's actually the Greyhound bus is a little bit more comfortable than the Southwest Airlines, if you want to know the truth.
That's funny.
All right, so new images here. Did I already do this one? Yeah. All right, let's get down here. Extradition.
So this is the latest update on the case. They not only tell you that it might take a few weeks for him to get here to New York City, but that he's also been charged. But do you see that picture?
Yeah.
Do you think that's the real person? That's the same person that
It does
was
not look like the guy to me, man. I remember when I first saw it, I don't think they, okay, I want to know what my audience thinks. That doesn't look like the guy. I mean, maybe.
Who knows?
Maybe.
And then there's also something like, I don't know. There was also, I don't want to get
The other
into
guy
it.
has like a bigger nose. This guy has more of a sloped nose.
And
But
there's
I don't,
also,
maybe it's just
there's
the
something
angle.
very feminine looking about this man.
This one right here, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You're right.
If it is a man, we don't know. That's the thing. We don't know.
Oh,
So
that looks like a man. I think I see some scruff on his chin. A little bit. But yeah, you're right. This is gonna get interesting. Luigi Mangione, who faces 5 charges in Pennsylvania in connection to the United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson in Midtown Manhattan last week, has now been booked on charges by the Manhattan District Attorney as he awaits extradition back to New York City. He remained jailed in Pennsylvania, where he was initially charged with possession of an unlicensed firearm, forgery, and providing false identification to police. By late evening, prosecutors in Manhattan had added a charge. According to an online court docket, he is expected to be extradited to New York eventually. I mean, look, people are celebrating this guy. I see it all over the media. I see it all over social media, especially. Charges delayed.
yeah, that was the one you just read. So now people are they're trying to figure out and speculate motive, right? And so this is a clue.
Suspected fatal shooting.
Don't
Brian
you just
Thompson
love
had
these
spiraled after
annoying
traumatic
pop-ups?
back surgery. What? May have spiraled after traumatic back surgery. So he had back surgery. I had back surgery. I didn't go off and kill a bunch of people. Suspect in fatal shooting of United Healthcare CEO Brian. Okay, so is that because they didn't cover it, or is that what? So there's reasons for this.
I don't know. They're trying to establish a motive. My thing is, I know that there's a lot of cameras in New York City. But the other day, a homeless man went on a stabbing spree and killed 3 people. If I'm
Right.
not mistaken, if those are the details. And if memory serves me right, I believe it was a taxi driver who spotted him and sort of like, started doing the lead work. All of the cameras and all the surveillance technology that we have in New York City didn't pick this up, and and there's really no footage of it. I don't think there's footage at all. There's not only did we see the the footage right away, but there was pictures all of a sudden, almost immediately in the media, and then it's wrapped up like a neat little bow. And I'm not saying that it could be that this is all real. It's just that when you compare it to other cases and that are still happening right now, including what happened with Donald Trump and his latest attempt down in Florida a few months ago, where that is still being sussed out. So all of a sudden, this is just kind of wrapped up in a nice little bubble.
Investigators continue to piece together a possible motive for the cold-blooded killing. It has since emerged that Mangione had lost touch with loved ones in the weeks leading up to the shooting. Mangione's mother reported him missing November 18th, possibly from a home in San Francisco. Law enforcement told the Post. So he kind of went MIA before he did this. He was born and raised in Maryland and has ties to San Francisco and the last known address in Honolulu, according to cops. Wow. I mean,
Yeah, and
the motive, maybe the back surgery set him over, I mean, I guess he wasn't covered. I guess they denied I mean, is that what we're looking at here? Is that could
Well,
be?
There's a couple of more details. I don't know if it's come up yet, but when he shot the CEO, they found 3 bullets with words on it.
Right.
That mirror,
Depose, deny.
right, deny, depose, delay, something like that.
Yeah, yes.
And then it matches very close a book title in which it's pretty much why all of these cases, and I believe that the United Healthcare, it's kind of weird because there's all of a sudden people are starting to expose United Healthcare, and they're starting to see how almost incestuous it is as a company. Like so I would say we need to just do another show just to get on that topic alone because it's so big, but that this has a lot of legs. When this guy went missing, if this is the man that went missing, and they found a bag that looked like the one he was carrying, they found Monopoly money in that bag.
Oh, jeez.
In the city. So it's really weird. And then when they found him in Manhattan, in McDonald's, they found him carrying a weapon that looked like the one he might have used, but they're not sure. So you've had all this time you will still be carrying your weapon around. There's just things that just don't make any sense to me.
It doesn't. And I often think it's just being used as a distraction. Luigi Mangione is no hero. That's what I'm saying. I'm reading a lot of stuff on the internet right now that people are just like celebrating this guy. Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro is refusing to support the narrative painting Brian Thompson's suspected killer as a modern-day vigilante, slamming the notion as this continues. The politician spoke out in a press conference Monday after Luigi Mangione, the top person of interest in the fatal shooting of the United Healthcare CEO, was arrested in Pennsylvania that same day. While addressing reporters, Shapiro made it clear Mangione is no hero, adding, in America, we do not kill people in cold blood to resolve policy differences or express a viewpoint. I mean, you got to be sent over the edge to do something like that. Got to be sent over the edge. And how do you expect not to get caught? That's the thing. I mean, how do you expect not to get caught? So here it's saying that Brian Thompson, the CEO, actually spoke about having ties with Nancy Pelosi. Am I reading this right?
Allegedly.
The government at this point. So you have ARA, which had somewhere around $25 billion that was earmarked for clean tech projects at the time. This is an insane amount of money from a startup perspective. If you can even just get 1/10 of 1/10 of 1/10, you're in great shape. And we had terrific connections. So we've had people like Nancy Pelosi, T.J. 𝗬𝗂𝗧, former Deputy Secretary of the DOE.
He has a little bit of a smile when he says that.
Terrific connections. So we've had people like Nancy Pelosi.
So this is why they're saying he has ties to her.
Working.
I don't think this is substantial enough, but
well, he says that Nancy was working for them. Years ago, and this might have been during the Great COVID time. And so, yeah, I don't know, because look, my brain will also automatically think right now we have AI that could create images and could create people speaking. And
I don't know.
Something here in this story smells really rotten. I don't know which part of it is really rotten. Now, seeing people on social media celebrate someone's death who hasn't gone through the justice system is just really disheartening.
So is this where New Yorkers celebrate? This is crazy. Let's see what this is.
Well, I haven't got paid yet, but that's okay. I told them I'd give half to Palestinian relief if I got anything. Now I'm worried they'll give me $2 and $1 will go to Palestinian relief. But I feel good. I mean, you know, I'm glad.
I mean, he kind of looks like him.
He feels good that he won the contest of the man who killed someone.
Gosh.
People, I'm glad people do not feel great about the current state of things and are willing to openly express that. So that's good.
Okay, so he's happy. He's basically saying he's glad people are willing to express themselves because they do not agree with the current state of things, and that guy expressed himself, buddy. So Right there, it shows you what side this guy's on.
Have you ever won anything in your life?
Huh?
Have you ever won a contest?
Oh, geez. No. This is the first time. And as she said, this is the first annual lookalike competition. So next year, hopefully there will be a few more contestants.
So was he the only contestant?
No, there were a
Is that
few
what we're-
contestants, if I remember correctly. But this is just so morbid to me. We're in the season of celebrating the life of Jesus,
I know.
being born, and
I know.
our attention is being directed towards vengeance and just
this is complete. You're right. This is completely demonic. I mean, we're celebrating a stone cold killer. That's what people are celebrating right now. This is insane. And this is the Christmas season. You're right.
See what happens.
Think you'll get a call from NYPD?
Boy, I hope not. I'll just turn my ringer off. I'm a
Wow, man. That's just where society is now. And speaking of where society is now, let's talk about Jay-Z. So Jay-Z has now been, and I knew this Tony Busby, the lawyer out of Texas, I knew this stuff was going to come. I've been told it's coming fast. And he's not going to be the only name, folks. There's going to be a lot more coming. And there's going to be some female celebrities named as well. But let's talk about Jay-Z for a second. So, I mean, this is big. Jay-Z's the next name up, the next guy up, accused of relations with a 13-year-old girl, with Sean Diddy Combs for more than 2 decades ago in this bombshell lawsuit. Now, hip-hop legend Jay-Z has been accused of allegedly, a 13-year-old girl with Sean Diddy Combs at the VMAs after party in New York 2 decades ago. A bombshell lawsuit claims. Now, my question goes, did they know she was 13 or was she saying she was 20? I mean, I know that's still wrong. I'm not saying that it's not, or do you get what I'm saying?
Well, the details of this feel a little sketchy to those that are now contemplating this with the hindsight conversation. So the 13-year-old gets picked up by a driver who says, oh, you might be the kind that might be welcomed at this particular after party.
Oh, wow.
It just smells weird to me. This is what I mean. Like, the details of this is really weird. Some people look at this as a signal to, like what you said, that more is coming down, especially when we have all seen how silent they've gotten since Diddy has been exposed. Now, the other reactions are, some people say, well, this is 20-something years later. This feels like you're coming after a man. And when someone is so wealthy and so in the limelight, they're always going to have people that are going to come after them and chase what they got. Even if the person is perfect, you're still going to piss somebody off just because you got something they don't have.
Right.
And an allegation like this could ruin a career that has taken someone a lifetime to build. Now, the question is it worthy that he has this career, who has been sacrificed for him to have these luxuries? We might find out. We don't know. There's a lot of speculation.
I mean, a lot of people say that Jay-Z is a lot more powerful than Diddy. I mean, a lot of people would even put him above Diddy, right?
Some say that.
So the girl claims the alleged attack unfolded after she had one drink that left her feeling woozy and lightheaded. Well, she's 13 years old. Looking for a place to rest, plaintiff entered what she believed to be an empty bedroom so she could lie down for a moment. The original filing charge. Soon after, Combs entered the room along with defendant Carter and a female celebrity. So a female celebrity was there. Plaintiff immediately recognized the three celebrities. Combs aggressively approached plaintiff with a crazed look in his eyes, grabbed her and said, "You are ready to party," the filing added. Combs then threw the plaintiff towards a wall, causing plaintiff to fall. Plaintiff got up and stumbled, at which point Combs grabbed her again and threw her on the bed. At that point, Carter began removing plaintiff's clothes, and she grew more and more disoriented. The woman alleged she was then pinned down, and relations happened by Combs and Carter as the unnamed female star watched. Wow, so this female celebrity just watched as they did this. So why isn't this a criminal suit? I don't understand. This is civil, right?
I believe so. And, you know,
So you would assume it could be Beyonce, right? That's what you would think, because that's Jay-Z was with her at that time, right?
no, I think this was 2000.
Oh, okay. So in the statement, Carter, who married pop star Beyonce Knowles in 2008. So could it be J-Lo? I'm just naming names here, folks. I don't know. My lawyer received a blackmail attempt called a demand letter from a lawyer named Tony Busby. What he had calculated was the nature of these allegations and the public scrutiny would make me want to settle, Carter said in a lengthy statement. No, sir. If it had been the opposite effect, it made me want to expose you for the fraud. You are very public fashion. So no, I will not give you one red penny, is what Jay-Z's saying here. Jeez.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, he made a statement. Apparently, he deleted that statement, but he was really upset. And this is pretty much kind of like the details. That's a little moment at a VMA Awards, I believe.
Wow. I mean, they're very close. I mean, I don't know. This is going to be interesting, and I think a lot more is going to come out. Let's go to 50 Cent reacts. 50 Cent, man, he's been pretty vocal about all of it. 50 Cent mocks Jay-Z for attending 𝗵𝗂𝗧 red carpet premiere after child, you know what, allegation. So into club rapper 49 went after Jay-Z on Instagram Monday when the Roc Nation founder 55. I heard Roc Nation was named after Rockefeller Nation, correct?
I mean, you know, he's always throwing the sign. So, yeah, so it's an interesting Rockefeller.
So he went to the 𝗵𝗂𝗧 Lion King premiere after he was accused of doing that to a 13-year-old girl over 20 years ago. Jay-Z, whose real name is Sean Carter, smiled on the red carpet alongside his wife, Beyonce. There they are. Is that their daughter? Do they have a daughter?
Yes, that's Blue Ivy.
Wow. Okay. And his daughter, Blue Ivy, 12, and his mother-in-law, Tina Knowles, 70. Wow. Jay-Z, though, man, he's coming out like blazing, guns blazing with all these people. I think he knows something. I think 50 Cent knows that all these guys are going down. All these celebrities are going down, and Jay-Z's kind of picked a side, right? I mean, 50 Cent picked a side.
Well, one of the things that he was quickly contemplating is this going to affect his relationship with the NFL?
Interesting. Wow. GG Unit rappers Tony Yayo, is that how you say? Yeah, Yayo and Uncle Murda aren't victim shamers, but they aren't buying the new allegations being levied against Jay-Z and Diddy, and have some interesting theories on what they believe the attorney is selling. So is this Tony Busby guy trying to make a name for himself, or just trying to get rich quick using these celebrities' names? Folks, tell me your thoughts down below, folks. Give me your thoughts down below, and let me know. Do you think this is all just a get rich quick scheme? I don't know. Where there's smoke, there's fire. And I don't think just anybody would come out, especially she would be 33 years old now, right? So she's 13, 20 years later, 23, 33. So 13 years old, man. That's a child. And if he did this, he should be in jail. It's as simple as that. And I think more of this is going to start coming out. And you've seen Cat Williams come out and said 2024 is a year of exposing. I'm going to say 2025 is going to be even bigger than 2024. And I'm going to say 2025, we're going to see some justice start to happen. And then 2026 will be even bigger than that. I think this is a cascade effect. These people can't go anywhere. And you know what? I'm going to also bet that if they're saying this right now about Jay-Z, this may be just one lawsuit, but there's probably, I know Tony Busby probably has, I've heard he's got a few hundred. And I think there's going to be more of them naming Jay-Z. That's just my opinion. I think there's more going to be coming out with him tied to that, and a lot more other celebrities. And I think they all should be fucking scared. They should all be scared because your day in the sun is over. It's way over. People are waking up. Society is waking up. Humanity is waking up. And I think the era of the celebrity is crumbling down, don't you?
Yes, and it's also encouraging for people who have creative hearts and have felt like the industry has not given them a fair shake. This is the time for you guys to create and express yourselves, because there's a lot of information that could be put out there in a beautiful artistic way to even hold the memories of this time that we're living through, which are historical times. So please do not get discouraged by speaking about these things in this sort of container that we do here. We want you guys to know that, you know, God wins, and love is the ultimate vibration here. And during this time where we should be, you know, contemplating more lights in a home and warming things up, we are being just psyoped constantly to just think about things that make us angry. And there are a lot of things that could make us angry, but at this moment there's also a lot of things that, like family and friends and just having this connection and being able to breathe, that we can be grateful for.
Yeah, the one thing we can really be grateful for is Trump won. All right, folks, thank you for joining us. RosAngel, thank you so much. Go to 𝗂𝗂𝗶𝗹. I'll put that down below in the YouTube description. Follow her. You're an amazing co-host, RosAngel, and you know a lot. Former MTV producer. Thanks, RosAngel, for joining me.
Thank you. And we have so much more to cover with you guys. And we have those videos lined up for you. So thank you, everyone. Stay safe out there and stay prayed up.
Got it.